Hi, I'm Leandro Mangubat, 28 years old, and I come from Pasig City. Growing up, I always liked cars because I played video games such as Gran Turismo and Need for Speed, which is why during college, I took mechanical engineering in UP Diliman. Although I took mechanical engineering, my passion really lies in more creative outlets, mainly photography and also writing, which is why I was happy to become a writer for Visor as my first job. I actually started bike commuting in April 2022, and this really changed the way I got around. Because before that, when I was studying in UP Diliman, I would drive every day during the latter part of my college years, and that really took a toll on me in terms of the time and energy wasted being stuck in Katipunan Avenue. Discovering bike commuting is a very liberating experience. The one thing about Visor is that aside from motoring, it's also a mobility website. So I get to write about cars, test drive the latest models, and also get to write about active transportation. So I was given the freedom to write about the topics I like, mainly bike commuting, e-bike reviews, and also about my cycling journeys and experiences. So I started out with Turn Link folding bike. My reason for getting a folding bike, if ever bike commuting wasn't for me, I could at least leave it in the trunk of my car for bimodal transportation or as a last mile ride. After I realized that bike commuting was for me and I really wanted to do it full time, I eventually got a gravel bike so that I could travel farther with confidence around the rough streets of Metro Manila. I believe that when it comes to hobbies, you learn through experience. So that explains why I went through so many bikes. So some people think na magastos ako, but the proper way of looking at it is that I'm investing in my mode of transportation. So as I gain more and more experience with e-bikes, and after I started working at Popcycle, I had to go out more regularly now, and I'm attending meetings and going to the shop. I have to travel more frequently, and I just realized that although yes, I love my mechanical bicycles, there are times I just want to get to my destination conveniently and not have to think about the biking. And it's there I realized, e-bikes actually make the most sense. One of the challenges that hindered me from accepting e-bikes was finding the right model. Although yes, they all made cycling more convenient, but eventually when I got to explore more of Fido's lineup, I eventually found the one model for me, which is the C11. So I wanted something that felt like a normal bike that was relatively sporty but also comfortable. And that's what I found in the C11. C11 Pro in particular, that was a torque sensor. I guess the one thing we have to realize with bike commuting is not everyone is the same. Some people like to ride at a leisurely, relaxed pace. So others tend to be sportier. And I tend to lean toward that spectrum. So I want something that handles like a bike and that I can have fun riding also. Like I can get around with any e-bike naman, pero I want something that I would enjoy the most. One of the things I realize as someone who loves manual bikes is that it doesn't need to be always one or the other. You can ride what you like depending on the occasion. So yes, I'll always have room for a mechanical bicycle in my stable. But there are times when I don't want to think about the bikes, the setup, and there are times when I just want to get to my destination without getting tired or sweaty. The nice part about having an e-bike is that it gives you this option. So I'm not going to ride one the whole time, but having the option makes a big deal when it is your primary mode of transport. To wrap it all up, I've gone through many hobbies, but I believe that cycling is the one that's going to stick with me. That's because I realized that mobility is a basic need, not just for me, but for everyone. Regardless of who you are, your preferences, and your lifestyle, we all need to move around. And I believe that cycling is one of the most accessible and one of the best ways to get around. And riding an electric bike in particular makes it so much more convenient and accessible. So if you'd like to try an electric bike for yourself, you can visit Popcycle in Venice Grand Canal and Taguig or Scout Rallios in Quezon City.